how to get extremely shredded as a natural lifter. I'll talk about this in this video. Maybe you're trying to get stage ready. Maybe you're preparing for a photo shoot. This video is for you. I'll share with you 6 tips that will help you get there, all right? And we're not just talking about getting lean, 15 or 14 or 12% body fat, but we're really talking about getting shredded, all right? Under 10% body fat, getting ready to jump on that stage. That last percentage, that is the hardest. How do you get there as a natural lifter? And I'm emphasizing natural because I've been watching a lot of videos lately, preps of different bodybuilders, and a lot of them would rely also on PEDs to help them in that process. But we don't have that, so we gotta make sure that we're optimizing every single aspect of it. All right, I'll share with you guys 6 tips. Let's jump straight into it. Number 1, it's an obvious one, but not that obvious, because it's tracking your calories, but also every single thing that you're consuming. And this means the calories that come from the milk in your coffee, the calories that comes from the sauces, the ketchup. Maybe you're adding a little bit of hot sauce. Maybe you're adding, I don't know, a little bit of a creamer in your coffee. Those little things, after a certain point, I'm not saying if you just want to look good, all right? I'm saying get stage ready. Those things will come into play, all right? So now I'm getting ready for my natural bodybuilding show. I'm around 4.5 weeks out, and let me tell you, now I'm starting to cut the milk in my coffee, starting to really reconsider my condiments. You really gotta take it a step further, a notch further, and those little tablespoons extra of milk, or maybe adding a little bit of a syrup on top of your Greek yogurt, or maybe adding a little bit more sauce on your beef or on your chicken or on your fish, those things have to come into play, all right? I know a guy that was having peanut butter, and he would just do heaping scoops, not even measuring them. Well, the last weeks, and for you to get extremely stage ready shredded, you gotta start measuring those spoons. You just can't eyeball it anymore and lick the spoon after, because licking the spoon might be 100 extra calories from all that peanut butter stuck on your spoon, all right? Just giving you a little idea. And guys, we gotta make sure that we're optimizing our diet. We have no choice. So tracking your calories, your condiments, your sauces, the milk that you're putting in your coffee, and so on and so forth. All right? Remember, you're suffering for a few weeks, but to look your best you've ever looked. So it's a compromise, but I believe it's worth the sacrifice. Number 2, make sure that you're always optimizing your gym performance at the gym. All right, let me give you an example. I'm on a very low calorie diet right now, low carbs, but 50% or maybe even 60% of all my calories and 100% of my carbs that I'm consuming of my day are pre and post workout, because I want to make sure I'm ready for this training and my performance at the gym is optimized. I'm pushing as much as I can. I'm fueled. I'm not just tired and drained the whole workout, because that's what matters the most. As soon as your performance will drop, your muscle, you'll start losing some muscle, and then of course your metabolism will be affected, your look will be affected, and it's just not ideal. So make sure the performance at the gym is always optimized, that you're getting most of your calories pre and post workout. You're optimizing those 2 meals. And the post-workout window, guys, we're in a deficit, we're pushing, it's the last stretch. You gotta make sure that you have enough carbs to train, all right? You have enough carbs post-workout, because otherwise you'll just stress your body too much. Once the body is super stressed, cortisol goes up, you start breaking down muscle, and you're just not in an optimal state to lose fat anymore, all right? So gym performance have to be at the top. Don't train fasted, please don't train fasted. Moving on. If you're planning on competing. Moving on, we're talking about NEAT, number 3, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. What does that mean? It means the calories and the activity that you're doing apart and aside from your training, aside from your cardio. That could mean walking your dog. That could mean doing your groceries. That could mean going for a walk. That could mean standing up to go to the washroom. All right, that could mean cleaning your house. All of those things come into play. It's not just in our gym and our cardio that we're burning calories, but throughout the whole day. We are a fat burning machine. That's how you have to see it. And unfortunately, when you're on a diet, you get tired. So most of the time, most people, what they'll do is they'll do their cardio, they'll do their training, and then they'll do the couch potato and watch Netflix all day, which is zero NEAT, all right? They're not burning any calories the rest of the day. I'd much rather you do maybe only 20 minutes as opposed to an hour of cardio that this couch potato did, But the rest of the day you're active, you're going for walks, you're going outside, you're walking your dog, you're taking out the garbage, and you're just moving more. And be conscious of those, because a lot of time when we are on a diet, we start becoming lazy. Trust me. Today, this morning, I was so lazy that what did I do? There was something that I did that I'm like, oh my god, this is when you know you're tired. I think there was just something that I had to go pick up. Napkins that I had to go pick up. Yes, I remember there was napkins on the table and I needed napkins. So what I did is I used a used napkin that was in the garbage, nothing too dirty, but that I already used to clean the counter, and I used that napkin to re-clean the counter instead of getting up, getting the napkin that was a bit far, you know. But this is subconsciously you start doing it because you're so tired, you're running on low energy, that your body's like, you know what, I'll just use this. And be aware of those and be like, no, I'm gonna go walk and get that napkin. And this is 5 calories that you're burning just by standing up getting that napkin. But doing this through the whole day, you might ending up burning an extra 500 calories just from your NEAT. All right, do not neglect that. It's very important. I saw Wesley Vissers, he was saying that in his session he walks a lot, so he would do like a set of squats and go for a minute walk around the gym as opposed to just sitting down. And those things add up. They count your step count goes up. All right, as opposed to doing 1,000 steps a day. Well, now you're doing 10,000 steps a day, more calories burned, which will make it easier for you to get shredded, guys. Come on. All right, so NEAT. Number 4, cardio. I'm talking about cardio. We want a low impact cardio. We don't want to do a high intensity cardio. I'm a big believer for natural, lowest intensity, more duration, because our body is already stressed. Our body can go catabolic super fast, and we gotta make sure we're preserving our muscle tissue. So the cardio has to be optimized. Cardio is just a tool for us to burn a bit more calories. All right, the deficit will mostly come from your diet and your training, the fact that you have a lot of muscle mass, and from your NEAT. But the cardio, you don't want to overdo cardio. You never want to prioritize cardio over training. You never want to do cardio before your training and not have no more energy for training. And you never want to do a very high intensity cardio, because then your muscles will get impacted. You will be stressing your body too much and you will feel drained very fast, guys. All right, I've tried it. Now I'm more doing steps and walking, and I feel great. All right, as opposed to doing 1 hour high intensity cardio, I'll do 3 hours of walking. But guess what? I feel so much better. I'm recovering better. And I'm not stressed at all. It feels like nothing. And I am burning the same amount of calories. Is the heart rate as important, keeping the heart rate up? I don't believe so. Especially when you're lifting weight, your heart is working also as well. My heart rate is up when I'm doing my squats and my trainings. Don't worry about that. All right. So I don't think it impacts the fat burning effect, having your heart rate at 180 as opposed to having it at 80. As long as you're burning the same amount of calories. Moving on. Keeping fat in the diet. This is an important one, especially for us naturals. Our body relies on our nutrition to make sure that we're producing hormones, to make sure that our testosterone levels are all on track. You see, I'm even having trouble talking. To make sure that we all have healthy hormones. So if you eliminate all your fats, let's say you're 4 or 5 weeks out or 3 weeks out and you want to get more shredded, you start cutting down all fats. What will happen is now your testosterone levels will take a hit, they will drop, which will affect your mood, your energy, your performance at the gym, your muscle mass, every single thing. All right. A lot of people do that. They cut fat completely. They start just eating egg white instead of egg yolk, or they start eating super lean meat. But as naturals, this will impact your hormones. Someone that is enhanced can get away with it because they're taking PEDs, enhancement, their testosterone is coming from somewhere else. But us, we just can't. And I've tried it, guys. I'm experimenting it. And now that I'm adding back some fat, oh my God, I feel so great. And I used to think that carbs were so much more important for me. But now that I'm doing moderate carbs, like actually low carbs, but my fats are a little bit higher than usual, and I added a bit more fat, I feel very good. So do not cut your fats completely, guys, because you will suffer a lot more than needed. Trust me, fats are essential. There's essential fatty acids and essential amino acids. There is no essential carbohydrates, all right? It's just the reality. I'm a big fan of carbs, all right? I could just eat carbs and be happy. But when it comes to getting shredded, getting contest prep, you don't want to cut your fats out, especially as a natural. Of course, as you get closer to the show, you gotta do what you gotta do for a few days, cut them off. if you want to get those calories lower. But you gotta know that your hormones is the most important thing to give you the results that you want, and cutting your fats too fast won't be ideal. And if I had to choose, I would keep my fats and protein and keep the carbs low. Moving on, last one, refeeds. So I was saying keeping the carbs low, but that's why refeeds come into play. Refeeds, basically, it's a day where you eat a lot of carbohydrates, all right? Why do we do that? Because like I said, when you're keeping your carbs low and you're dieting, let's say for a whole week or 2 weeks, well, your muscle glycogen get depleted. I don't know if you guys been watching me for a while, but you can see my muscles look a little bit too flat. They look kind of shrunk down like a dried fruit, right? As opposed to a fresh fruit. But that's what happens when you're dieting, and it's normal. We can't fight it. But what you can do is that one day out of the week or 2 weeks, or depending on your metabolism, some people do one refeed every 4 days, you eat a lot of carbs. So that could mean going from your baseline of 150 or 200 grams of carbs a day, jumping it up to 600, 700, 800. I've seen people doing 1,000 grams of carbs. And what this will do is that now your muscles will absorb those carbs like a dry sponge, and boom, all those carbs will go to your muscle will feel full again, all right? That muscle glycogen, the water, and then you'll feel full again, and you'll be able to diet back again for the next week, for example, without feeling like you're starving or you're super flat. And the most important is that you will keep that performance at the gym elevated. Because let's say by day 7 of dieting, your performance at the gym now just completely is low, because you've been dieting for so much and now no more carbs in you. You're very low carbs, you're depleted, you can't even push anymore at the gym. That's where we go, boom, one refeed day, fill up those carbs, and next day, Monday morning, you're ready to hit it at the gym. Tuesday, you still have carbs. Thursday, you still have carbs. Friday, it's coming lower and lower and lower. And then Saturday, no more carbs. You do maybe 2-3 days depleted. Boom, you refeed. All right? And the body works pretty well like this. The body works well when you're kind of taking something away from it and then giving it back. It absorbs it better. All right? Kind of like a dry sponge soaking up that water. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. You want to get shredded, you want to get stage ready. It's not easy as a natural. It is not easy. I'm doing my best for 4.5 weeks out. I'm making, like, every time I do my coffee, I look at the milk and I'm like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? There's half of the milk that I usually put, but I drink so much coffee and it does add up, because I'm sure at the end of the day, I'm like having a cup of milk from all the coffee, and that's like 100 calorie extra, which takes me like 20 minutes of walking to burn. So is that milk that important for me that, you know? And then I was putting I have a hot sauce that I like and it has some calories. So I'm like looking at the hot sauce and I'm like, you know, it makes you a bit obsessed by the calorie count, but guys, it's just for a little few days, few weeks, make you look your best. That's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you liked it. If you've watched till now, I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support. Please consider commenting. Maybe let me know if I forgot something, or let me know what you think about this video. All right, and leave a flag from where you are from. I would love to see those flags. I would love to see where you're from. And subscribe to my channel. More to come, and watch other of my video. There's on the screen now. You've got 2 videos to watch, so go watch them right now. If you're doing your cardio, if you're doing your walking, if you're training, watch my videos, and it can give you a bit of content, you know, a bit of value, and learn some stuff. So that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.